Good evening, Shannon. Welcome to the Friday Night Live.
Islands in the sun, islands in the fun. Welcome one and all to the land of death. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. When they come to Bacanamba, they can't beat me at Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. Sweet woman parade abundantly. The brethren they full of energy. Some people say God is a Trini. Paradise on not convincingly. God gave us a spirit fiery. We're nothing in the world of fiery. But look at smart man, God will bring money. We still come out and mash up the party. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All the sugar can't be good for me. Oh, from Coco to Caroni. Oh, Maraba to San Souci. Oh, from Scarborough to Cocori. Oh, profiling on Frederick Street. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All this sugar can't be good for me. All these years I spent abroad in the cold, longing to be home. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. Lord, I pray that someday I will no longer have to roam. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. The problems we have are plain to see. We prove we can stand this scrutiny. All I know that true democracy. How we vote is not how we party. There's no place like home, some people say. Though some have to leave to make your way. But in your hands I know their destiny. So come home and pick up the country. Sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All this sugar can't be good for me. Oh, from Cuba to Signal Hill. Oh, Arima to Charlottesville. Oh, Matlock down to Port of Spain. Oh, yeah. We playing my son or rain. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Style just change, man rearrange, let go clear. 'Cause nothing can compare to a Trini rising. No, no, no. No, nothing can compare to a Trini rising. No, na, na, na. As crazy as we might seem to be, we still fight to be a family. Indian, African, or a Chinese, Syrian, French, Creole, or Portuguese. We blessed with a spirit fiery. Some people say God is a Trini. Sweet woman parade abundantly. Now the problem is plain to see. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. There's no place on earth I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All the sugar can't be good for me.
Media, it is surely unintentional on your part. But why are you neglecting to analyze this blatant scam where government is offering to sell to the people what the people already own? The people bailed out Clico, etc. to the tune of over 25 billion and apparently still counting, since the liquidation documents mention the people are still pumping a few millions into running one or more of these companies. But the people haven't been paid back all those billions and are now asked to buy NIF shares of those same companies. So who owning those companies or a percentage of them now? Not the people. And who's selling it? Don't owners sell what they own? So who owning and controlling those companies now, if not the people whose 25 billion was used to buy it? More to come on this, but note that there has been talk about the shares being offered at a good price, maybe a discount to real value. So those who buy those shares will be getting a good deal of something already owned 100% by the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. Something smelling bad, you say? Dig deeper. Who in the poor and middle class segment of the population will have money to buy any or more than a few shares of this offering? Buying what they already own? Buying companies that they bail out at more than $25 billion? How can you allow this? Don't let them tell you that this is like an IPO, because it is not. One difference is you, the people, have put out more than 25 billion more than 10 years ago. You have not been paid any interest on the billions, which would have been $20 billion to date. You have not been paid back. Your country is in a recession with basic services cut, and now they are telling you they will sell to you what you own at a discounted price. Well, if you don't have money to shell out for this, then what you own will be given away to those who have money to buy what you own. You're not happy about this? You're smiling? Come on, media, do your job. Analyze this. This is where we need the people to stand up. This is where... Market fiasco and the law. The following is a legal opinion on the fractious and worsening fiasco at the Arima open market. Common law, that is the body of law which has evolved in the courts of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, the Commonwealth by judges exercising their jurisprudence, their sense of right and wrong, their sense of proportionality, their wits, and indeed their common sense, does not take lightly to public authorities acting maliciously, capriciously, arbitrarily, irrationally, slanderously, or punitively, that is, doing things to punish people in their charge. statute or the laws of the parliament, the political status quo is also catching up. We are no longer living in the colonial era. Sovereignty ultimately in a republican state lies with the people. Or as the dictum says, the people is the government. Law is made regarding the republic, not purely for the enjoyment of the governor or the governing class. Now what is happening at the Arima Mayor's office, the Borough Corporation and the Arima Market? Do the public really believe that the vendors are demonstrating, putting their livelihoods on the line because they do not want the market to be washed? That they who occupy the market 8, 9, 10 hours a day selling the most healthy of foods like to live with the rats, the cockroaches and the dirt? Do you really believe that they demonstrated in front of the Borough Corporation 1 month ago when the market was locked by the CEO because they are harboring a drug den at the market? Do you really believe that our dignified and hard-working vendors and farmers who have been selling, most of them women, at the market for 20, 30, 40 years are trying to abscond, run away and deceitfully not pay their dues? Do you really believe that conservative body of market vendors, entrepreneurs who are in the business of service, making profits to take care of their everyday needs in an increasingly recessionary time when they are being forced out of the food supply chain by foreign supermarket produce, would stand in front of trucks just for so? Because they like to misbehave? The actions of the vendors in Arima have nothing to do with any of the above fabrications widely promoted on some media. It has everything to do with the borough's market stall plan that the authorities imposed on the vendors without consultation. The facts are as follows. 1. Just over 7 months ago, the authorities radically altered the arrangement of stalls at the market. They redrew the stall map of the market. They realigned the stalls with vendors now facing north or south rather than west to east. Vendors were not consulted. In February 2018, the Vendors Association met with the Assistant CEO of the Borough, the Sanitary Inspector, the Health and Safety Officer, 3 market clerks, a Ministry of Works official and discussed the stall map situation among a number of issues. The association's own stall proposal addressing all of the health and regulatory concerns was verbally presented for consideration. Instead of responding to the association's proposal, a circular was issued by the authorities, police arrived and the market was locked. The vendors demonstrated in front of the borough office and the gates were reopened. The association then worked with the fire chief and submitted its written stall map proposal. They met with the assistant engineer and assistant CEO and discussed alterations to the plan. A letter was sent to the association outlining a path forward for the implementation of this plan if agreed to. A circular was sent to the vendors threatening to lock the gates and impose the borough's stall plan after expelling vendors and washing the market. The vendors demonstrated. Many did so by leaving up their stalls instead of removing them. Trucks and police arrived, broke down the stalls, took them to the dump and destroyed them with tractors. All during this process, slanderous, inflammatory and false statements were made on the media about the vendors. 2 vendors were handpicked to give some semblance so late in the day of participation to the process. The association and its president, with whom the borough has been communicating verbally and via a series of letters were sidelined. The vendors have suffered many days' loss of income. They have suffered grievous harm to their character. Many of their stalls, their livelihoods have been smashed. Agreements set forth on paper and verbally have been breached, defying their legitimate expectations. They are being forced to accept a plan which they do not feel comfortable with and which cannot work. Implementation of the imposed stall plan on the 9th and 10th of May has caused friction, disenchantment, and discontent among vendors. Police power is being used and wasted to resolve failed administration policy and practice. Due process is superseded by reactionary impulse. Bring police, lock the gates, expel the vendors. The above actions by the authorities are arbitrary, irrational, reckless, unnecessary, and punitive, and merit interdiction from the Supreme Court of Trinidad and Tobago. A suit for injunctive relief to stop the imposed market stall plan, to abide by terms agreed to fulfill legitimate expectation cause, to order consultation before alteration and implementation, and to recompense vendors for hardship, loss of income, and slander is appropriate. That was written by Dr. Wayne Kublalsingh, and I agree with this. I am watching country slip into dictatorship. I am watching the Rowley administration turn the administration of justice and state into stormtroopers doing what the hell they like. I am watching a Trinidad and Tobago eerily starting to resemble Venezuela. And I think that it is time that we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, stood up against all of this that is going on. On my way back from the gym, I did a little live video before telling people that I will be doing a live video. They real playing with my screen, so I know what's going on anymore. Okay, so I had a conversation just now with someone. I cannot name him. He is involved in international law. That's as much as I could say. And he gave me a story, and it cut me deep. Because I'm talking to a lot of these refugees, a lot of these people who are trying to find a way out of the madness that Venezuela has become. And the stories that I am hearing are heartbreaking. This one, she was a doctor in Venezuela. Now, she's hustling for minimum wage paid under the counter in Trinidad and Tobago. She's an official refugee here. On the way to work one morning in a private taxi, the car pulled aside and she was brutally raped. When she made a police report, the rapist told the police that she was a prostitute and he paid for the sex. Now, I don't know where this is going to go. And I don't know if she's going to get anything like justice. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to get anything like justice in this country. I want to start over this video. I need to reboot the device because I feel I need to change a password. Something is not making sense with the actual broadcast. But let's monitor for a while and I'll let you know if I need to reboot. Anyway, and the reason for sharing that among everything, because the name of this video is Donkey Economics and Jackass Government, and I have to get to that. But I have to start here. Because I have a friend. We've become friends over the years. Her husband, I went daily school with. So I know him my whole life. Now she's a Venezuelan, but she came over here years before everybody else. She's married, she has a family, they have a business, she's properly Trinidadian now. She came with the first wave when they realized what was about to happen in Venezuela. When the shit started to hit the fan, she left. She came here with her family, got married, raised a family, and she's in business. Now, over the years, she became part of the society and stuff. And she became Trinidadianized. And I say it that way because she's somebody I respect, and I still respect, but I had to take her to task today for standing in defense for Massey's bullshit stunt. And she's only doing that because Derek Winford is her friend. Derek Winford and his wife are friends with her husband, and they socialize. And probably because she is in the advertising business and her husband is in the advertising business, maybe they get some work from Massey. And this is what always gets me upset in my country. The ease with which people in Trinidad and Tobago are willing to sell each other down the river for their own benefit. Every time I do this, I have to listen to this jackass today, Chad Kenneth. Now, I don't know, I call him Chad a jackass because Chad is just trolling and attacking me on a conversation about Massey. I know the Kennels from school days, and they're decent people, but Chad is attacking me. I have to listen to him attack me, and I'm saying to myself again that I put myself in this every time. I open myself to all of this, all of these attacks, all of this character assassination. Frank, that my skin getting like crocodile skin now. But is it so hard for others to see that our responsibility as citizens in this country is to stand together, stand for each other, and stand for country? How is it so hard to see we are all capable of critical thinking? Before I take a turn at the government and the opposition, I have to take a turn at us. Somebody wrote in Time magazine, the election and presidency of Donald Trump will be survived. That is not the problem. The problem is the fact that he could be elected in the first place. And that's the issue with Trinidad and Tobago. The biggest issue in Trinidad and Tobago is that UNC supporters are fully aware that they supported a criminal, racist organization, as are PNM supporters. PNM supporters cleared that's our Afro-Trinity agenda to ask with everybody else, as do the UNC. How do people living in a country where half a ship can sink and the other half go along its merry way reconcile themselves to we time now? How? How is that possible? Our next partner in Egypt tell me, black people have it hard in Trinidad, Indian people have it hard in Trinidad, but red people have it the hardest. I'm a red man. Call me that. I mix, I'm half breed. I can't fit in nothing, so it's everything. How is it that we are not all Douglas? How is it that we're not all red man? How is it we are not all Trinity to the bone? How is it so easy? Look at the PNM. Look at who owns and operates the PNM. How is it so easy to con black people and tell them Faris Arawi, Stuart Young, Franklin Khan is your leadership? Colm Imbert. How is it so easy to con them into, and don't get me wrong, I for all inclusion, I want to see Chinese, Indian, Syrian, Portuguese, Black, Indian, everybody making up the party like it is in the Progressive Empowerment Party. The difference with the PNM is the PNM tells its supporters that is the Black Party. When Fitzgerald Hines and Keith Rowley sit with Fazil Ohima and they talk about their party's base, they're talking race. Because the only thing that you can rely on as a base in a party like the PNM is people separated ethnically, tribally, divide the nation by race. Now the PNM didn't invent that. The PNM did not invent that. But the PNM, who came along as the great emancipator of the colonies of the Caribbean, because that was Eric Williams' first plan. Eric Williams' first plan was a federation of Caribbean states. And that's where we went to the Queen with. 10 states that went to seek collective independence. We were seceding from the British Empire as a federation of states. Those of you who are watching this from Trinidad or who have ever been in Trinidad, who've been to the north of Trinidad, know that there is a place called Federation Park. Federation Park was built to house all of the leaders of each of the territories that were making up of the federation. And then at some point in the conversation, this is deep history and you can research it, Jamaica stepped back and Eric Williams made his famous statement, 1 from 10 leaves naught. And Trinidad went to Marlborough House to seek